Hi guys, it's King, and in this video I'm going to show you how to combo with Sephiroth like a god. I'm going to show you a lot of advanced stuff that I think is very good for tournament purposes, and a lot of stuff that is very good in theory, and also in practice if you can get certain setups. So I'm going to be showing you a lot of information, so if you're a tournament player or you just want to be really good with Sephiroth and learn a lot about this character, this is a good video to watch. So I'm going to begin by talking about his moves and the setups that I think you should do. So to start off, simple with the jab attack. There's here, but then you can only get a follow with dash attack. With forward throw, it's very similar. You can't really do other stuff early. However, you can actually get knockdowns and do other types of move. For example, if you get this knockdown here, depending if you have wings or not, depends on what type of follow-up you can get because of your running speed. So you can do this. You may or may not get that. I barely got that in time. But some other time I try to do that. Like, it might be too slow. I was still able to barely get it. But there were times that like I run slightly too slow, and if I had the wings on, like this, doing something like this would be much easier. Like that's more easy to land. It might not look like it from that example, but I move faster on the ground by a very large amount, and it opens me up to moves like this. Now, online, when you knock them over with a move, like when I knock over with a move, for example, I'm able to get like untekables, like that. And then that whole sequence combos. Now, online, you're not really going to be attacking very often. There's more input delay. Like, you add the input delay of the ultimate to the input delay of online. What does that mean? That means you're going to miss techs online. So, miss techs in an online environment, which is very important this year, it's going to be a very big thing. So, how do you get a big punish off that? Well, side B. Side B is very, very good against specifically miss techs. It doesn't work on everything. Like, this may or may not work. That's like super borderline to working, but let's say I didn't have the wing on. I don't think that works, or it's like frame perfect or something. See, it doesn't work because I'm running a little bit slower. Not to mention my attack's a little bit weaker. So overall, if you're not sure how to catch them on a tech chase, you should just default to dash attack. It has a very good hitbox in front of him. It's frame 14, but it goes way lunging in front of him. It's really good for tech chases, and when you do not have wings, this is usually the go-to in the majority of situations. Now, there's also specific things where sometimes you want to do F-tilt angle down, like if you're fighting Cloud, who very specific combos. But that's kind of hard to explain without showing it. But there's sometimes you want to do that where you run and boost F-tilt but angle it down. It's hard to show that, so don't want to elaborate too much on the technical stuff. So yeah, when you knock them over, as I said, you can do that, and then it might not look like that combo to dash attack, but as I showed you, it actually does true combo. So Domo, miss the tech and then hold, and then miss the tech, but then try to roll. Okay, so as you can see, the moment that he got hit with the energy ball, the orb, he was trying to roll immediately, but he didn't have time. This actually links into each other true. So I do want to mention that to do the instant dash attack, you don't use the A button. This is important. You don't use the A button for the instant dash attack, because if you try to do an instant dash attack with the A button, like run and dash attack right away, the game thinks you're trying to forward smash during the first 3 frames. That means you have to wait until around frame 4 of the dash in order to start a dash attack. However, you can bypass that in the coding, where you just hit the C stick. It's in the prior games like Brawl and onwards up till Smash 4. It was you run and press the C stick down. But in this game, you run and you hit the C-stick forward. So basically, all you're doing is pressing both the control stick and C-stick left or right at the same time. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be at the same time, but it's a good habit to do your dash attacks with the C-stick, because there will be situations when you want to do it right away, and there's no consequences to doing it. So that's a habit I recommend making, because there will be situations that you might want that. In general, it's a good habit to have for Ultimate. I already showed you how this is the recommended tech chase, and now I'll show down throw. If a down throw, a lot of people, they try to do, if you DI away, you can do this. I don't know if this is true or works true. I've seen people do that and it's supposed to combo, but I don't think it's actually true, because I think you can double jump. Like, I think it might be varying on the character, and it might be like if we both hit 0%. But even if you have a hard read of them doing that, I think it's better to just like, I think that's just better anyway. But then, and then if they DI in. And then you can do a combo. But I don't really think it's that good, honestly. Honestly, after thinking of it more, I think that might be his worst throw, because it does like the least damage. It gives you the most time to react to it. So it's low damage, most time to react. And from my experience testing, it doesn't seem like you can really react to the DI, because his frame data is not that good, and online you definitely can't. So I don't even think down throw is very good, honestly. It's kind of a gimmick. Like, you can down throw somebody, if you're playing with somebody online and you you grab them at like 60 here and they DI in, you might be able to like get this bear and it might kill them, but that's only because they don't know the matchup. It's not something that's going to be good at top level tourney when they do learn the matchup. You kind of gimmick them like, man, I hope they don't learn the matchup. I hope they DI in, and that's the only way. So in my opinion, that's kind of a gimmick. And forward throw generally is going to be better there at top level because it sends it a little angle, does more damage. So let's now talk about the other throws. So back throw is really good because I didn't notice it first, but I think back throw is amazingly good. Back throw, DI in to the right. Then I can combo with nairs, for example, like try this. I can do this, or when you throw you to the platform, tech on the platform. I don't know if you land on it. I think I have to hit you once to get you on the platform. So land on the platform, and then you can do, I can do stuff like this. And I can do combos. Well, I have too much rage, but you get the idea. But that's not even the thing I think is best. I think it's best just to do back throw bear. You back throw and you short hop bear right away. And what else I can do from that? Don't tech this because most people online won't. You can do this combo. And then the moment you see any change in movement, you just release the A button. No matter how long they sit there, it's just fast enough in human reaction time that even if they do normal stand into shield, they get hit. And if they roll, it's even better for you. So the moment you throw them on the platform and start charging the up smash, it's really good for you. I'll show that one more time. See, you were holding shield, right, Domo? Yeah, I've tested this a lot, and the moment you just do this, and then the moment you see any change in movement, which means they did some option, you just release the A button. It actually covers everything very consistently. And sometimes it's sweet spots if they do a certain roll. And they also have the orb around them in addition to that. Some other cool stuff that you can do. If you do add the orbs around them, well, I was being lazy that time. What you can do is if you, well, so let me just show. If I add the orbs around them, and I hit you with like this move, then that can hit. Sometimes that will actually kill combo you. So what you can do after putting orbs around them, you can take the risk of like to catch their landings with something like this. And if you catch them, let's say they shield it, okay, and it has a lot of lag, right? I mentioned in prior videos, look, I can't shield this long. See, I can't shield for a long time. Normally you'd get punished, but because they have orbs around them, it's like the moment they try to punish you, they're getting hit by the orb. Or the other outcome is that you actually connect your attack, and then when you connect your attack, the orbs actually just send them even further into the blast zone, and sometimes that will kill them. Oh, so let me show you something cool about the orbs. So if I'm standing on the left side of Domo's Ike, it's going to send him to the right. Now watch this. Now I'm just going to jump over Domo. You'll see what happens. Now it's going to send him to the left. So the orbs are really convenient because they always send you away from Sephiroth, which is pretty much always into the blast zone. So like if I'm off stage and he's there, it just sends you away from Sephiroth. And if I hit you off stage and you're way out in here, it's sending you into the blast zone. Always sends you away from Sephiroth. I've tested it like if being here versus here is the left side versus the right side, it just sends you the opposite direction. So I think that's really cool. Sometimes it even kills in the sky, but it's just really good. So that stuff's just really convenient. So I talked about how you can back throw and then do that combo. It works with and without wings, and it works on various platforms. These platforms on this stage are kind of low, and Battlefield I think is the same height, if not slightly higher. And then Pokemon Stadium's even higher than that. So on this stage, you can even do charge up to 2, a level 2, and can hit. But most of the time, I recommend doing it faster and doing level 1. In fact, if you're on Pokemon Stadium, you have to do it kind of fast and only do it for the one shot because the platform's higher. It's impossible to get the level 2 energy orbs. So if you're doing this, trying to throw them on the platform Stadium, you want to do the level 1 shot. And if I get you here and throw in the platform, I can basically do the same thing. Sometimes this can be good. And then I still get that, and then so it's like just do whatever. Well, I messed up, but you get the idea. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. Now, so back throw is also really good for other reasons, because like I'll show here. I think at 50, Ike's like a bigger body, so I think even normally so DI in, and like that easily kill. That's kill combos because I have wings that's extra strong, but it still works without wings. Now don't DI. It's like that usually will not work, but since Ike's like a heavy, big body in the air, it still works. But if I was like a few % higher, I don't think it works there. Like I'll have to check. Oh, it does. Ike's just a huge body, I guess. No DI is usually not supposed to kill combo. I guess it kill combos with the wings. So with the wings is super good. So this time do normal stands. If you do normal stand right here, I mistimed it, but so if you back throw in that situation, I'm gonna try to demonstrate real quick. So do normal ledge stands. So something like this is really good. This is a kill combo. And that's on no DI. Now do this. Now let's do the same. That's no DI, which is a common scenario. Now this time, do DI in. Another common scenario, and bam, still a kill combo. And obviously the wings make it stronger, but I mean, depending on the state, like if you're playing on Town City, it's super kill combos even without wings very easily. So I'm just showing that. And when the percent rate reaches even higher, the back air will start missing, right? But you have other options. Like if you miss DI, you can do that. And depending on the situation, you still kill combo them. Now this time, miss DI and try to air dodge my fair. There are times you can go out and then like you just wait for it. You just jump there and just wait a bit and then back air. Depending on like the matchup situation, especially versus a floaty, something like that could be good as well. And obviously, if you think they're going to double jump and you think they're too high for this, you do stuff like that. So yeah, back throw extremely good. There's just a lot of situations where it can be good. In fact, and I believe that's one of his top 2 throws. So I'd say down throws is worst. Forward throw is the second best. Back throw is really good, and now up throw is actually crazy, and I'll talk about that one now. So up throw is ridiculously good. So both with and without wings. I'll show you without wings first. Here's how up throw is. So up throw, remember in my first video, my first guide, I mentioned you can up throw up tilt some characters. Okay, so that works on Ike. If in a Sephiroth Ditto that doesn't work, but what I found out is that up tilt actually goes behind Sephiroth more. So what you could do is up throw right away, they miss DI, turn around up tilt. And that's not ideal against Ike, but if in the Sephiroth Ditto, that's the best way to get a combo at low percent. Ignore what the training mode part says, because that part doesn't really matter. So that right there is really good. So you just up throw, then just hold back, and then turn around and do that. But I think the nairs are actually better. It's not more damage. Like up throw nair, it true combos, right? It's like, look, up throw nair, it true combos. See, it's training mode combo. Now let me explain. Now let me explain something. Oh, another thing to mention before I forget actually is up throw is the fastest throw. Your fastest throw from which means the hardest to use DI on. Like if I grab you and throw you really quick, this throw is the fastest one you have. And then I think the next one is back, then forward, and then a big gap, then down throw. Down throw is the worst because it's easy to DI, and this is really good because it's hard to DI. So there's a lot of times you're going to miss the DI, and you can DI left or right, but I can still chase you with the nair. So let me explain something that's really important here. I can actually up throw you and make it a true combo, or I can make it not a true combo. Now, which one do you think would be better? So normally people would be like, okay, this one, the true combo, you would think that one's better than this one, which is not a true combo. See? That's what you would think, because like, oh, well, it's a combo, guaranteed. That would obviously be better, right? Well, not really. And the reason it's not really is because most characters, just because it doesn't training mode combo, it doesn't mean it's not inescapable. Something could not be a true training mode combo, but it can still cover every option and guarantee that you hit them. So for all intents and purposes, it's still a frame trap combo because there's nothing they can do to escape it. Most air dodges in the game, the average air dodge is not invincible until at least frame 3 or 4. So even if I'm like a frame or two slow, it's 90% of the time fine anyway. So to talk more about that, Domo, try to double jump out of this. See that ring? You saw the ring under Ike. That means he tried to double jump out. So what does that mean? That means that if I did that and delayed my double jump, that means Ike now used his double jump and he can't land. Also, it doesn't matter if he tried to double jump right away or if he tried to air dodge right away, because, as I said, air dodges don't give invincibility right away. And the double jump, he doesn't rise in the air that fast. I can still be a frame or two slow, and both options will not have him escape because I'm still like too close to his body. He can't escape my hitbox with either of those options. And this is the case for the vast majority of characters because they don't have like a frame 1 escape option, like a zero suit down B or whatever frame that is. It's like most people don't have like a super amazing, insane escape option like that. So even though it's not a training mode combo, it's still really good. And to talk more about this, I'm going to have Domo now, I'm going to up throw him and do the same thing. He's going to try to double jump out, and then he's just going to have to fall down because he won't have a double jump. See, and now he has to fall into that. So if I was to double jump nair like that, let's pretend that platform wasn't there on the right, then he'd have to fall into this. And this is a lot of range, as you can see. Like this has good range. And from the position that I set it up, like here, there's no drift they can do to escape. Whether they do, as long as they do a neutral air dodge, or if they try to come down from an area or whatever, they cannot escape. Now, they could do like a super laggy air dodge to the side and give me full stage control, which I'll take. They could try to go on the platform, but if they do that once, I'll probably read it in the future. They could try to air dodge behind me like this, but then you have more landing lag when you do like the melee type of air dodge. I can still like punish you anyway. So something like this, where you up throw, double jump nair, and then landing side B, that could be really good. I experimented with other ideas I experimented with ideas like this and into that, but depending on the character, it might not be as good. It's really good against floaties. Like if you do that on Palutena, for example, you can still like up air, and then even if she air dodges, I can still F tilt to catch her landing before she can land shield, or I can still, you know, if she air dodges, I can still catch her with grabs. So try to escape my up throw combo. See, and then I can still re-grab. But if that was like a Fox, if I was fighting Fox, like the fastest faller, my up air, just so you understand, my up air has 21 frames landing lag. So if you're a fast faller and I do up air, you probably can get behind me. And even if I have a frame advantage, my fastest attacks are like pretty slow. Like my dash grab's like frame 10, and that's faster than my F tilt, which is like 13, 14 or whatever. It's like frame 14. So like he has slow attacks, so he has to like up throw again or F tilt or something. Anyway, the whole point is, in my opinion, I think this is really, really good. Another thing you can do, actually, right here, air dodge, double jump, do the same things before. And I can do this. And if I do it right, he won't have a double jump to recover with. Now, you can use that same concept in a lot of situations. There's a lot of situations to use that. Oh, and by the way, if the wings, it's like extra strong. It's like extra good. This is at 0. Keep in mind, he's at 0% right now. He's at 0%. So I'll just show this concept. So look, he doesn't have a double jump. Keep in mind, that's 0%. This is a 0% Sephiroth with wings. And with average rage at most. So this isn't even like that crazy. At higher percents, this could be used in a lot of situations. So anytime you think somebody's going to air dodge to land, or if you catch their double jump, you can just go to the side, do this. Sometimes you even catch them, like, because look, if you catch their jump, they don't have a jump. So the reward for landing this means they now have to recover on stage without a double jump. So like, that's really good. And I've actually done this in online matches on my Twitch recently. It's extremely powerful. I'll show another example of a situation we can do that. So I'm going to down tilt Domo, and he's going to double jump, and I'm just going to eat his double jump, and then he won't be able to land as easy. So you do something like that, and then now I can cover tons of options. Now he has to recover without a double jump. He literally just has to recover without a double jump. So it's like, and as the percent increases, it'll be even better. But most characters, if they're like in that situation, there's not much they can do. Like some characters have different options. Like some characters like Ridley will have multiple double jumps, you know. Some people, they're going to be like, well, I'm just going to air dodge to a platform. But then if they do that once, it can get predictable the second time. Because you learn that's like a habit about them. A lot of people do that same habit. And I can technically just aim it there and stuff. And as you can see, it's just a really good risk reward. Personally think that strategy of doing stuff like this to catch their landings after a double jump is really effective on FD. For like Final Destination or these big flat stages, because there's not many places they can go to escape it. They can't just retreat to a platform like that. Usually on platform stages, I try to hard read them and be like, well, they're probably going to a platform because that's what good people do, and you just try to make a read with it. Yeah, that stuff is really good. There's a lot of ways to do that. Let's talk more about down tilt. If I down tilt them, there's a lot of options. Usually they'd land with an aerial or neutral air dodge, or they double jump. I already showed how this is really good against the double jumps, and then you just, they have to land without a double jump. That's just a huge advantage situation. There's a lot you can do. I showed this because it's a big punish, and most people don't think of it. I could try to double nair, frame trap them. Up air is not as good, up air is better if they fall slow, because if they fall fast and I up air and they neutral air dodge like this, or fast fall air dodge, now they can just get back to neutral for free. But if they're a slow faller, I still have enough frames to frame trap them. So up air is better if the character falls slower. Otherwise, I don't think it's particularly the best to use frequently. It's good sometimes. Nair is good in the sense that, like, if you're wrong about nair, if you time nair right, it's a big flash around you. But if you're wrong, I can still do like 2 nairs. Or if they jump, I can try to do more frame traps, because there's only like half a second total time and only 9 frames landing lag instead of 21. So that could also be another option. Other things I do is I dash to the side and do tilts. So let me just increase your percent a little bit, just to show some other stuff. So if I down tilt, try to land with an aerial. And I can do stuff like that. And then you can follow, if they tech in place or miss tech, I can follow up with a dash attack. So what you do basically is I just get them in the air, and then I just dash to the side, forward tilt. You can do that on guess, or you can do that on reaction. Online, you probably want to lean more toward guess. Offline, you want to lean more toward reaction on average. But yeah, that's what you can do. And that also catches neutral air dodge. So try to do the neutral air dodge this time. And then same concept, and then depending on the percent and other details, the dash attack may or may not combo after F tilt. Most of the time it does. which is really nice. So I get all that just because I did dash to the side F tilt, and it's really easy to execute. So you basically just go to the side F tilt, or you read that, and then you don't have to do that, as I said, but I showed how 1-2 reads could potentially make a kill super early. And as I said, there's a lot of other stuff, a lot of other ways to approach it as well. So right there, that stuff should be really good. But there's other stuff. I don't think this is particularly as good against Ike, but you can nair it depending on the character. Like if they're gonna nair early, so like when you get your percent a little higher, I down to it. You like try to land me with nair or something, and then depending on how early I block it, I can do that. Also, if I do it right, I think I can actually combo off that. See, sometimes that doesn't work. That's why I'm like a little reluctant to like encourage that as the best option, because as I said, Sephiroth's narrative shield is frame 12. It's one of the worst out of shield. That's like his best out of shield. Like, it's 1 frame slower than shield grab, but it's best overall. It's depending on the move you block and how high up you block it, you may or may not be able to combo. But if you can get this as a combo, or you can get this as a combo, and that's inescapable. So those can be really good as well. But as I said, this dash to side F tilt's really good, and up air. But you might be thinking, but Mute King, why not just dash to the side B? Well, I can. So come down with the nair. Now, let's pretend that landed. Why don't you do that one more time? But look, right here, see how long I can't shield? If they fall right into me, not only do I only get 1 orb, but if he was to like be mashing the A button, he could literally jab me back. Just hold air dodge landing Domo, and then try to jab me back. See, he can jab before I can jab. Now, that wasn't like the best example, but I will say there's a lot of times you're playing somebody who's known as a masher online, and you hit them with a side B, but they're already mashing buttons because they're trying to buffer or mash their next move, and they hit you by accident, and because they're just pressing buttons, and that's the risk with doing that. On that note, remember how earlier I was talking about how like you can tech chase with that? Well, if Domo this time tech roll in and then jab me. See, now I don't know why he turned around, but generally there, I don't know why he turned around, but generally there I would get hit with the jab. And also the reward would only be 1 of these energy balls. I would only get 1 energy ball at best, which isn't even that much. So I generally don't think it's like that rewarding compared to like just taking a read. Now this time tech roll in here, I can get like at least a 2-hit combo. I showed the up air is really, really good online and offline because this covers a wide range. Generally at lower percents, what you can do is like if I down tilt you, depending on the character, I could like try to shield here, right? Just to try to block your move or parry, depending on the matchup. Like if it's a character that has a big landing leg. But then if I see you jump, I could do stuff like that too. But you know, let's move on from the down tilt. I already showed a lot of really good stuff on down tilt. So now let's explore the up throw. The up throw is some of the most deep stuff possible. So I'll start by doing this without the wings a bit. So I already showed how eating the air dodge can be really good. That requires me to double jump though, which means that I don't get a combo. Now, if I get you at really low percents, it might be better to try to go for the combo anyway, because look. I think this can actually training mode combo if I do it right. It depends on the matchup and percent, but sometimes this double nair training mode combos. See, right there, it doesn't quite true combo, but now if I add wings, it'll easily true combo. In fact, I messed up. I could easily just double jump nair and then do that. And you saw Domo could move there, but double jump and air dodge aren't fast enough. So even though it wasn't a training mode combo, it's a lot faster. Now I do want to mention there's a few differences with the wings. First off, the wings make nair combos and nair to fair and any up throw combos way better. It's because when I attack you with the wings, all of my attacks do 1.3 times the damage, which also means it has more knockback as well. And even if it's just by a small amount of more knockback, that little bit makes all the difference when it comes to these combos. In addition, I have like 15 to 20% more air drift and an extra jump. So if you combine all these variables, you can see how like it was already close to comboing without them. With them, it just becomes way more free by comparison. So generally, if I don't have the wings, some options, double jump nair, and then, you know, the landing side B. That's really good. And yeah, I already show how you can do like the up B also. Or you could try to do this and then get the fair, but that's not as guaranteed depending on the percent. And on platforms, it's better on a higher platform. These platforms are a little low, but on like stadium or platforms where Sephiroth can full hop and land on it, it's actually a little bit better. Because imagine there, I'd land. I think I can actually true combo this, even though the platform is low. Let's try it. Try one more time. It depends a lot on the platform and all the details of the situation. Yeah, the thing with it's not very good on the stage to show, but the thing is, I've even watched other players Sephiroths, and sometimes they'll try to delay their nair to make sure that this combos, but then their air dodge that nair because they delayed it too much. I personally don't think Sephiroth benefits that much from platforms. Like, he does benefit in the combos a little bit, but I don't think it's like very substantial. I think it's like a very, very tiny amount compared to the amount other characters benefit, where they just strictly get another extra hit by landing on the platform. I think Sephiroth only benefits very slightly and generally more from the higher platforms. But, you know, these low platforms are nice because you can do back throw into side B or back throw into the bear into side B. So low platforms do have their uses for him as well, as I showed. Yeah. Back to this. So obviously the up tilt's good if they don't DI, but with DI you can actually guarantee it by just doing up throw and nair. And the double jump is nice to guarantee the hit. So basically it's just a guessing game after that. It's like, okay, but what are they going to do after that? Now another thing they can do, you can just save your jump. So just save your double jump and then just jump at the very last second. Now he can jump. See, you can just jump there. And there's nothing I can actually do about that. Like, the best I can do is get one single hit. Like, even if I try to do this, so even if I try to do that following up air, he can easily double jump. There's nothing I can do if the opponent is smart enough to just save their double jump there. The best I can do is up throw nair, hope they're dumb enough to waste their double jump, and then I just go from there. But it's kind of like a knowledge check. Like, I hope they don't know about this, you know? And then, I mean, you're still above me for double jump. It's not a bad position for me. But yeah, I can, like, it's still good because I can just do nair frame traps. It's like, oh, here, you air dodge left, or here you air dodge right, or here you air dodge inside me. Or if I think you're gonna air dodge, I make a hard read with one of these. Or if I think you're just gonna fall on me, then I'm like, well, up air's only weakness is that you can air dodge through him. So if I think you're not gonna air dodge, then this becomes better. Like, stuff like that. So once you get data on your opponent, you can start making reads, do conditioning and stuff. So understanding all these options can be extremely useful. Now I'll talk about the up throw with wings. I'll show you how much better this is. So the up throw of wings is so good that he has a 0 to 37 true combo. Forget the fact that, like, as I already explained, it doesn't even matter if it true combos or not. Like, that's not even that important. But it's so good that this literally true combos. Now, how do you do this consistently? Well, I'll explain. So, as I said, you have 15% more air acceleration and 20% more at the max speed. So basically, 15 to 20% more air speed toward me. But the method and technique you should do is, like, let's say what I usually do is I go for the consistency here. I up throw, and then I double jump nair. But it is more to it than that. I double jump nair, and then I'm holding toward Ike. So the moment after I press the A button, so like let's say the nair comes out like, what was it, frame 9 or something? So after I press A, before my nair even comes out, I'm holding toward Ike. So I up throw. My plan is, I've never practiced this in slow motion, but I double jump nair, and right here I'm holding toward. I'm holding toward because that allows me to get a better combo. So the trick to get these combos, you want to nair, and then you want to hold the control stick toward them as early as possible and as much as possible. That way you assure that you get as much air drift into them. Otherwise, and you know, remember this game has body pushing, like the bodies push each other back. Also, as I said, this get is a 0 to 37. Guaranteed true combo, training mode. That's how good that combo is. Now, nair is frame 9, right? And forward air is frame 13. So frame 13 is a lot slower than 9. But this combo is so easily that I believe this will true combo regardless. So try to escape this. See? Did you see the double jump of Domo's bubble? Now this time try to air dodge. See? Yeah, so he was trying to he tried to double jump out the first time, he tried to air dodge the second time. It didn't, this combo, the up throw into this and that, it didn't true combo, but it was inescapable. And this works to a lot of percents. You basically up throw, double jump nair into them, and then go for the fair. Like, sure, you can get a little greedier and try to do the ground jump, but look, even if I ground jump here, I'm only barely hitting, and it's not actually giving me an extra hit. I guess I could try to do stuff like that, but like this isn't necessarily better. It's just like, if anything, I just get the same result. It's not necessarily a better result. It's like, the same result, but a little bit more execution difficulty. That's why I recommend up throw, double jump into them there, and then just go for the guaranteed hit. And this is at 0. As the percent increases, like sure, eventually it would send them too far, but if I was to increase the percent a bit, it would be even easier because it'd be even more of a true combo. But it buffers anyway, so that's real easy. So yeah, that's a really, really good combo, a really good quick 0 to 37 combo that I highly recommend doing. All right, now there's another thing we can do that can be really good, especially if they're like mashing or if you have like a particular habit, like if you're fighting a Bowser player online and they always come down with that down air in juggles, like that, then you can actually hard punish with a hard read on this. This is actually a great multiplier for like a really hard punish if you have a read on them. So this could be really good against characters with strong areas. Like I've used it well against like Bowser's down air. I've used it well against Cloud just coming down with aerials. This is really good on the hard reads. So I'll just get a bit of damage on my opponent real quick. And now just come down with me and like try to hit me for landing, full hop landing bear. Look how strong that dude, he was at 20, just to give perspective. Sure, I have the wings. He was at 27. Can you imagine like how strong that is if like his percent was a little higher or if the move was even stronger than that? This is just a regular Ike backer. Just hit me with Ike backer just so you can see. Like full hop landing backer. Like it's good, but it's just a 17 damage attack. Like that, it's one of the better aerials. But you saw how far that sent him at 27 damage. If you get reads on like juggles and stuff, like they want to mash this aerial in disadvantage or like stuff like that, you can actually literally just counter them. Now I don't know like particularly the best setups because it's based on the opponent's habits. Like are they always double jumping and then coming down for an area at a disadvantage? If so, you can just make reads on that. It really depends on their habits and stuff. There's no like consistent setup that I know of, unless you want to let me know in the comments below, because I would love to like explore more options. But yeah, that's a really, really good option when you have hard reads, because you know it only beats one specific option, them being predictable. But it obliterates you at like 40%. You at 40%, you just explode. So that could be really good as well. Now there's only a few things left that I'd want to explain in this video real quick. So one of these things is if I hit Ike off stage, for example, right? You know, you could force him to ledge, but I could like do something like this to like, you know, trap them. But if I did this, guess what? This covers more ranges. So this actually goes lower. So like try to duck Ike. This easily hits characters low. This up air actually goes lower. To be honest with you, up air actually goes lower than back air. Back air actually can't go as low as up air. And, you know, up air goes higher and not as far behind, but not significantly worse. So things I could do, I've seen Tweak do this too, but I actually came up with it before him on my own. It's just cool. We came up with the same thing. If I hit him off and he jumps in, I can do something like that and then try to bair, right? And sometimes the bair can combo, but if it's really just like I could go for the bair right away and he can't mash forward air on me. So like if I do this, I could just go for it right away. And if he just falls and doesn't press a button, he dies. If he falls with nothing, he dies. If he falls with forward air, he dies. So his only option is to like neutral air dodge or to like do that other air dodge. So watch it. If you do the melee air dodge to the left after I hit you, but then you get frame trapped anyway, right? And if you do the neutral air dodge, you know, I just have to hard read that. Well, the moment you hit this up air, the back air isn't guaranteed because there has 21 frames landing lag, but it puts them in a really bad position where they have to pick between bad options, and I can just see what they're going to do. So, like, I can actually just look for their habits. So, like, I can mix up going for this right away. I can frame trap if they are going to go for the melee air dodge. Or if I think they're going to go for the normal air dodge, I just, like, do this. I just jump and wait for the bear or, like, do something like that and just wait for the neutral air dodge and then hit him with the bear. So basically, it's a situation where like it's a guessing game, but it's a overall. If you combine all the possible outcomes on both ends, all of the outcomes on average favor me tremendously. So it's a really good position where I have a lot to gain and little to lose, and most combinations are going to favor me a lot. So that is something to do when you're not sure what they're going to do. Also, let's say if Ike was going to just I'm going to throw you off, try to double jump in like just like that. So like come back on with like a forward air. See, that it covers that too. Now, the only bad thing about up air is like the fact that it has 21 frames landing lag means that there's nothing guaranteed after it. But if you're like, you know, a good player anyway, you can be like, okay, well, what's their habit after this? Do they like to mash? Do they like to do this move? Do they like to neutral air dodge? Are they gonna press? Are they gonna do nothing? Are they gonna land with fair? Like usually you can get your opponent's habits and tendencies down, and then based on that you can pick the option, and then it can favor more it can favor you even more just by observing them more. So I think that can be good there. This isn't like broken or anything, but it's good to like you start with it and you're in an advanced spot and you get some data on them. And they can avoid that by going to the ledge, but I'm not saying spam this. I'm saying like that's something that could be used sometimes. If this had like even 16 frames landing lag instead of 21, just like 5 less or something, it would be like exponentially better. Unfortunately, it has 21 and there's no true combo ever. There's also one more thing that I want to cover, which is really good for the tech chasing, and that's forward air. So forward air, it doesn't knock down as early, but it can knock down on like 30-ish or so, and then you could do stuff like that. That's kind of difficult unless you hit the center part, so I'll show again. So if I get the center part, then I'm closer to them, and that will easily combo. But this is more like online when you think they're going to miss tech. If you're not confident or not sure, just go for dash. Just go for regular dash attack. Or if you notice that they're going to keep tech rolling in, I showed earlier how you could just knock them over. If they love tech rolling in to avoid the dash attack, you just nair in place and then get a 2-hit combo. But there's even more you can do with that. You can actually kill combo them in a very consistent way. So I want to mention that a lot of characters in the game, the tall ones, it's great. You just get like a guaranteed hit, right? So like the tall characters like this, like sometimes this will hit Ike and sometimes it'll miss. But if you fast forward and after anyway, it doesn't really matter. So this hits the tall characters for free and it's safe. But then the medium height characters, if you're like a medium height character, like a little shorter than Ike, what usually happens is the short hop fair misses, but then when I fast forward, see how the sword goes down? The weak hit hits them. So it's something similar to this. So where it hits them like that and they go on the ground. Now, against the shorter characters, I recommend doing stuff like this if you want to get the tech chase. But just for the sake of showing this one combo, I'm going to show you what this combo looks like. You can do this, and then bam, they just die. So he's only at 50. I only have like 90 rage with wings, and he is at 55%, but you saw what happened. So, and just imagine on a shorter character, you just do the same thing, but you do it on a short hop. It's harder to show on a tall character, but just imagine I'm doing the same thing, but instead of full hopping on them, I'm just doing short hop and then fast fall, and then the dash over forward smash. So it's basically the same thing. Also, the closer you are, the easier it is. So like if I'm closer, it's easier to connect because I don't have to run as far. But I mean, if you're spacing, then that's a win for you because you're safe. So if they get up in your face and they don't run shield and you hit them, then that's fine. See, it's harder. It's harder if I'm spacing, but that's fine because like if I'm close enough, bam, they just explode. And if I'm far, then well, I'm winning neutral and I dash attack. So no matter what, it's like a good situation for you. It's not going to always work, but I've landed this. I've landed this in matches. I've seen other people land it. You just go for the fair. It could be landing fair. It could be weak fair. Short hop fast fall fair. Strong hit weak hit. The closer you are, the easier it is. The closer you are and the weaker hit it is, the easier. But yeah, that's some stuff you can do. Now I already explained how landing there has a lot of combo potential and how the one with the wings, not only it's a lot better because it's more damage. And you have a lot more air drift and speed, and you have an extra jump. So this is what can happen if you don't use DI. You can do stuff like this. And that wasn't even with the strongest hit of fair. Like, and you can die. But then just DI will mess it up. If you just try to DI at all, like you could still get combos, but like try to DI in, for example. And the last hit will miss. Now, don't get me wrong, you still get some nice damage doing that, but you can see it's not going to kill you. Now, this time, after I do all the nairs, air dodge in after that. So right there, if I think that they're like trying to DI in and mash air dodge in, if I have like a stock lead, or let's say that I'm like, let's say I either have a stock lead or we're both last stock, or I know I have like a hard read or something, I could just nair and then up B and then change my mind. Or I could hover around here, wait a split second, and then up B, and then look to see if they air dodge or not. And if they did air dodge, I go into them. And if they don't air dodge, I just go back here. And stuff like that, you can actually suicide kill with people. And let's say we're both at last stock, and I'm at like, let's say Sephiroth's losing by a lot, and he needs this clutch comeback. I've won a lot of games just making one edge guard read, like one air dodge read or one double jump read or recovery read. You could literally do that, and they literally die. They will literally just explode and die before you. With or without the wings, starting from like low percents. It's actually extremely effective. So there's a lot of ways to make air dodge reads, even if you're juggling. Like I could be juggling someone, and then if I know that they're scared, I know they're gonna do some type of air dodge. Instead of going for like an instant combo, I'll do like I'll wait a split second longer, and then I'll up B. And I have like 31 frames to change my direction, and I'll just use my reaction time to be like, did they air dodge? Yes. Aim into them, and YOLO gamble all. And if they didn't do it, then I'm like, whatever, dip it. We leaving. And that has, sure, this has lag, but I'm over here, I'm not going to get punished. So the risk reward, if I have the read, I can make a super big, huge comeback on that read, potentially. But if I miss, then I give it my advanced state, and we're back to neutral. So as you can see, there are times you might want to go for gambles like that. That was just one of many possible scenarios where the up B can be extremely effective. One more thing to mention is that landing Nair is also really good. You can for kill comboing, because you can do things like RAR back air, like reverse area rush back air, as shown right here. And that is a true combo that will literally just kill you. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to make sure that you stay updated on future content. And leave a comment below if you enjoyed it, and share it. That would be very helpful. Also, before you guys leave, don't forget to check the YouTube description, because I actually do coaching now. If you're interested in signing up for my coaching, you can sign up through Medify. And I have a tournament series once every single month. In fact, this stage will even be on it. The Northern Cave stage will be legal at it, which is like going to be, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the first or one of the first tourneys for it. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to, seeing how that's going to be picked and used in tournaments. With that said, I will see you guys later.